Hi there. Week 4, checkpoint 4, government. We're moving right along. This is the beginning of the fourth week of our academics here at Noel. So just a reminder, if you have not submitted your checkpoint 1, 2, and 3 to me for government, you are late. And in addition to the checkpoints, you need to do your activities. Now, if you're having trouble or you're struggling, there's no need to. Come and see me, make an appointment with me in office hours. I'm available. And you can text me and I will show up. So I have scheduled office hours, but you're not restricted to those as far as I'm concerned. Let's get your work done. Week 4, we are halfway through the quarter. Okay, by the end of this week, we're going to be halfway through the quarter. So don't get backed up. And I know you probably have other courses that you're also working on. So let's keep this train in motion. So I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to talk to you about what we're looking at in terms of this week. This week, we are concentrating on the question, is separate equal? And we are looking at the Supreme Court case, Brown versus Board of Ed. So to do that, and to do it with any real reference, we need to go back in time. We're going back to the end of the Civil War, because that's when we had the Emancipation Proclamation, we had slaves freed, and we had the Reconstruction Amendments, 13, 14, 15, and 16, which gave equal protection to all citizens under the law and under the Constitution. Now, in backlash against that, the South did not give up their way of life easily. So what they did was they instituted something called the Jim Crow laws. Now, these were not actually laws, but they were a way of perpetuating a culture of discrimination throughout the South. So we're going to watch a video on the Jim Crow laws. And to really fully understand Brown versus Board of Ed, you've got to go back and see how this culture was established. From there, we're going to move forward into Plessy versus Ferguson, which was a Supreme Court case that was decided in 1896. Now, you might wonder why we have to go back that far and look at a case that took place so long ago. But this case was key because it set the stage for discrimination. And this was a Supreme Court decision, a bad one. Okay, so we are going to learn about this case that said that yes, separate is equal. This is a big question. Is separate equal? Not sure about that one. We're going to talk about the 14th Amendment, which issues the edict that everyone is entitled to equal protection under the Constitution. We're going to take a look at that. We have a nice article to read on the 14th Amendment. All of this comes together when we look at the case of Brown versus Board of Ed. Okay, and now we're moving into the era of the Civil Rights Movement, into the 1960s, where we are integrating schools, and we're getting backlash for that. So the Brown versus Board of Ed says, no, separate is not equal. We want the same education as everyone. So you have the Civil Rights Movement, you have culture shifts, and we are going to be discussing and focusing on Brown versus Board of Ed. However, to really do that, we've got to build the background, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to take a look at this map, which shows us where segregation was in the country. And you can see it's not just the Deep South. It's part of the Midwest. It's part of the northern version of the South, right up here, where your Mason-Dixon line is here. But it goes well into this other area, which is not technically considered South. The green, they do not allow segregation in the green areas. The yellow areas have no legislation for it one way or the other. And the blue, it's optional. If you want to have segregated schools, you can. Okay, so we're going to take a look at this map and talk about that. And then we're going to do this activity where we're going to take a look at the famous Norman Rockwell painting called The Problem We All Live With. And this is a beautiful painting that depicts the issue of the time. It's a political painting, and you are going to watch the video that fully explains the symbolism and the meaning of it. And in response to that video, you're going to answer the question. We're going to answer a question about symbolism in a detail. You're going to find one detail in the painting that was explained to you in the video, and you're going to post that on Padlet. Normally we do a reading. This week, we're going to watch a video and post one detail and explain it on the Padlet, on our government Padlet. So that should be your fourth contribution to that Padlet wall. If you haven't done the Padlet wall, it's part of your grade. So let's get to it. And this is where we talk about current events. We're talking about lots of different things on that wall, and it's an important component to this class. All right, finally, we're going to go into checkpoint 4, which is a written paragraph on Brown versus Board of Ed. Okay, so we're going to go full cycle. I think it's a really interesting week. We've lost Monday because we've had a holiday. So nose to the grindstone, guys. Come and see me. And I'm going to do another little video for this checkpoint, so you'll see me soon. All right, I'm going to stop sharing, and I'm going to make another video for this week. So I will talk to you soon. Call me if you need me.